Welcome to Strange Travels. I'm Lauren, that's Clint, and this is our dog, Lilly. We live in Nashville, Tennessee, and share our travels all over the world and close to home, seeking out unique experiences from unforgettable hikes across the globe to visiting historical and ancient locations, enjoying attractions at theme parks and fairs. But our favorite way to explore a new place is by experiencing the food, trying traditional recipes, discovering the origins of historical dishes, and visiting establishments that have stood the test of time. Now, get ready because in this video, we take a magical trip to the making of Harry Potter, the ultimate Potterhead experience to step inside the wizarding world of Harry Potter and literally see how the magic was made. Come see, hear, touch, and even taste the magic. Here we go! Welcome to the making of Harry Potter. But before we get to the magic, you have to actually get to the magic. First, make sure the door to leave your hotel room is unlocked. Let's try that again. There are a lot of options to get to Watford, where the making of Harry Potter is located. Since we're staying in London without a car, we chose to get there via train. Because this tour is extremely popular, we highly recommend getting tickets at least 4 months in advance. There are multiple time windows to enter, and we chose the earliest tour to maximize our time. If you're traveling by train, make sure you allow plenty of time if you need to get a cab to get to the station, catch the train, and catch the bus from the Watford train station, which is included in your ticket. Once you arrive at Watford station, you'll notice directions to the shuttle that will take you to the making of Harry Potter.
If you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it, we hope that you will click the thumbs up below.
And don't forget to subscribe. It's free and it truly helps us out so much. And if you want to follow more of our adventures in real time, make sure to follow us on Instagram for more content.
Upon arriving and going through security, be sure to check in by picking up your digital audio guide with headphones and don't miss your map and passport. We were here for the special Return to Azkaban edition, and throughout the tour, you will find stations where you can lay out the passport for a secret message. Whether you're a die-hard Potterhead or just curious about how the magic was made, this tour is a must for any fan.
The magic starts before the tour begins, as you're greeted by a dragon in the atrium, and if you're early, no worries. You can stop by the Hub Cafe for a drink, the Chocolate Frog Cafe for something a little more sweet, or grab a bite to eat at the food hall. Then, when it's time for your tour to begin, you can head to the tour entrance.
While you wait for the tour to begin, you get a little taste of what is in store for you with your first exhibit. Harry's iconic room, the cupboard under the Dursleys' stairs.
Wake up, cousin! We're going to the zoo!
So, as I'm sure you've noticed, we're currently just outside the entrance doors to the castle, which means there's something very special behind these doors. Welcome to Hogwarts.
The first stop is, of course, the Great Hall, where all those unforgettable moments took place. You can check out the original long tables, the house point hourglasses, and costumes from the cast.
It's not real, the ceiling. It's just bewitched to look like the night sky. I read about it in Hogwarts, a history.
Maybe Hermione is right. Regardless, here is the ceiling for those who love the way the light and shadows fall on this masterpiece of a ceiling. Then you are immediately introduced to some of the movie magic used to bring the wizarding world of Harry Potter to the silver screen, using models, props, perspective, cinematography, costumes, and hair and makeup. For those old enough to remember DVDs, you may recall all the extra features, behind-the-scenes specials, and commentaries that came with DVDs. This experience is like walking into those special features.
Housekeeping. I'll come back later.
They like to change.
Then you immediately begin exploring the sets of Hogwarts, including the famous moving staircases and the Gryffindor dormitory and common room.
What is that? Do not give me one again. Gather round here. Welcome to the Gryffindor common room.
Here are a few more props that I think you will recognize from the movies, including this collection of wands belonging to your favorite characters.
Sherbet lemon.
See the entrance to and step inside of Dumbledore's office, and don't miss Dumbledore's pensieve.
Knowing what lies ahead. Then again, we all are.
Without a doubt, one of the most elaborate and fascinating sets on display is Professor Snape's potions classroom.
There will be no foolish wand-waving or silly incantations in this class. As such, I don't expect many of you to appreciate the subtle science and exact art that is potion-making.
Hagrid's hut is also on display, being protected by Fang. Speaking of Hagrid's hut, here's a little sneak peek to a future video where we hike to the filming location of Hagrid's hut in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Who's there?
That's a good answer. You'd think we'd get that more often, but we don't.
Don't miss your opportunity to test your command of a broomstick while you're here.
Very good indeed. Well done. Now, 5 more points. Can you say down?
Down.
And you thought the nightmare was over.
Down.
There we go. I'm training it down.
Another chaotic set to explore visually is the Burrow, the home of the Weasleys, which also allows you to work your own magic to interact with the scene.
It's not much, but it's home.
My dear,
Take a visit to the divination classroom
you have the Grim.
and the Ministry of Magic. And don't miss the prophecy orbs.
What was the reason for the connection between you and the Dark Lord?
Are those?
Muggles. In their rightful place.
The last classroom set to visit is easily the most legendary classroom from the movies, the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom.
Think, never think.
Ridiculous!
Next, we're heading to the Forbidden Forest, and yes, be prepared to face a few arachnophobia-inducing moments as we get up close with Aragog and Buckbeak. The detail in this set is truly incredible.
Expecto Patronum!
For surviving the Forbidden Forest, you are rewarded with an extremely special set piece from the films.
Not only do you get to see the Hogwarts Express, you get to walk inside this magical locomotive. Each room on the train will take you to some of the most memorable scenes on the Hogwarts Express.
How can the Ministry not know who conjured it? Isn't there any security or...
Loads, according to Dad. That's what worried them so much.
So what happens to you? What happens if you break an unbreakable vow? You die.
Halfway through the tour, we made it to what is sure to be my favorite exhibit here, and that is the Backlot Cafe, where you can get butterbeer flights and butterbeer lattes. So the flight comes with butterbeer, a butterbeer cupcake, and butterbeer ice cream. And the butterbeer comes in a souvenir mug that you get to take home, and a little souvenir cup for your ice cream.
First up, butterbeer ice cream, because it's melting fast, because it's nice and warm today. Here we go. Wow. I've only had butterbeer ice cream one time at Universal, and I don't really remember it, but I will definitely remember this.
And if you need a little magical pick-me-up, they have butterbeer lattes, which you can get cream, butterbeer cream, with fudge pieces. Nice and hot. It is magical. Next is the butterbeer cupcake, which I think you can only get here at the tour. Safe to say, this is the Tri-Wizard Cupcake champion right here.
Next up, butterbeer. Overall, I think the ice cream is my favorite. It's so smooth.
And I think my favorite is the actual butter beer. And I think I like it so much because it's not super sweet. I've had it before at Universal Studios theme parks in Florida, and I wasn't that big of a fan because it was so sweet I couldn't drink it. But this is good.
They also have a place for you to wash out your souvenir cups so you're not taking home a sticky mess.
He had a certain, shall we say, talent for trouble. The talent, rumor has it, he passed on to you. You're more like them than you know, Harry. In time, you'll come to see just how much.
This backlot is full of notable models and sets from the movies. There is a model of the Weasleys' home, the Burrow. You can visit Privet Drive and actually walk through the Dursleys' home to revisit some iconic scenes, such as Harry's letters flooding in, Harry's Aunt Marge blowing up like a balloon, and when we first meet the lovable house elf, Dobby.
Dobby is bound to serve one family forever.
The chaotic night bus is also on the lot and is a great photo opportunity.
Take her away, Ern.
Yeah, take it away, Ernie. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
There are a few other can't-miss photo opportunities involving more famous vehicles from the movies. You can walk through Professor Sprout's herbology greenhouse and actually pull a mandrake out of the ground for yourself.
Yes, Miss Granger.
Mandrake or mandragora?
After you've explored everything outside, the tour continues inside with creature effects, showing off the incredible detail that went into building this magical wizarding world. Everything from practical effects, animatronics, to motion capturing special effects.
Otherwise, to take part. One of the funniest things I've ever seen was a group of VIP visitors in a
Surprisingly, one of my favorite parts of the tour was getting to see these continuity binders and how the crew kept everything straight, ensuring nothing was missed or overlooked from shot to shot and movie to movie, down to the smallest details such as the glasses worn by each Gringotts goblin.
Speaking of Gringotts, it's always special to walk through Gringotts whether you're here in London or the Universal attraction.
When visiting the Gringotts vaults, you may notice a familiar vault storing a very important stone inside.
After exploring the vaults and taking advantage of some fun photo ops, there's a surprise waiting for you at the end of the Gringotts section of the tour.
Welcome, Harry, to Diagon Alley.
You also get to experience Diagon Alley. Every shop from the movies is here. Ollivander's Gringotts, and even Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. It feels like you're about to bump into Hagrid or Harry at any second.
Step up, we've got fating fancies, nosebleed nougat, and just in time for school, puking pastels. Into the cauldron, handsome.
Towards the end of the tour, you will discover several models the team used to design and build this magical world. And they saved the best for last for the very end of the tour, when you walk around the corner to see the crowning exhibit, Hogwarts Castle. And here it is, the Hogwarts Castle. This gigantic model was used for all of those epic castle shots in the movies. Every tower, window, and stone is incredibly detailed. It is breathtaking up close.
The exit of the tour is full of wand boxes with the names of crew members that worked on the movies.
Of course, no tour would be complete without a proper visit to the gift shop. Here you can check out the largest collection of wands I've ever seen, and maybe, just maybe, a wand will choose you. If you have mischief to manage and solemnly swear you are up to no good, you can take home your own Marauder's map.
They have apparel for each Hogwarts house, including scarves and robes, which you can get personalized. You can take home plushes of your favorite magical beast or the Triwizard Cup. An entire section of the gift shop is dedicated to jewelry, and they have on-site engraving available.
We had an amazing time at the making of Harry Potter, and they say that you should plan for 3 to 3.5 hours here, but
Yeah, if you're big Harry Potter fans like we are, it took us about 5.5 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
Now, that's also including lunch.
Yes.
But I would definitely recommend at least minimum 5 hours if you're a big fan. And we had the first tour at 9 a.m., so we were here right when it opened. And what's cool is online, if you get your tickets, you can also go ahead and purchase your digital guides, and you can also have the option to purchase this official souvenir guidebook, which looks awesome. I mistakenly decided to get 2, and I went up there and I had the paperback version, and she was like, oh, well, you can get 1 hardback version if you want. So that's what we decided to do. So I'm really excited to have this as a nice keepsake at home.
without a doubt, this is the ultimate Harry Potter fan experience.